This is an emergency broadcast for Richard Allen, Delphi, Indiana, Abby, and Libby. We need to talk about the bridge guy. This is serious. Richard Allen's hair was not there. Cult of Odin, we know what you did. Without further ado, let's see what I have to say for myself this time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going to do a deep dive. It's actually more of a miniature deep dive, so we're in the shallow end, but we know some deets. We have some speculation, and my friends have told me some things about this case. It's serious. Super serious. Many moons ago, in an Idaho 4 video, we discussed Pixar, Disney, and NASA. Some of you were lost and confused and didn't understand. But some of you watching this right now remember. Those are animation companies. They create cartoons and animations. This is no secret. It's just what they do. The infamous Bridge Guy video was played for the jury and for the courtroom just days ago. And you know what they saw? An empty bridge. Nothing could be seen. Nor could anything be heard. How do you feel about that? Just like I told you a really long time ago, if you involve animation companies into your investigation, well, my friends have told me you might just get an animation placed in your hands. Do you seriously think the Bridge Guy video is a real person? Well, of course, all of us were led to believe it was because that's what they gave us. We thought it was evidence. Now, I want you to think critically and keep an open mind and think about this. The girls' bodies were found on Ron Logan's property. Ron Logan did an interview with the local news station prior to the Bridge Guy footage ever being released. He's wearing his blue jacket, an army hat, his blue jeans, and a big mustache. Shortly afterwards, they released the Bridge Guy animation for the world to view. You see, whether Ron Logan was involved or not, he was the original suspect, the original patsy, the fall guy, the alleged perpetrator. Law enforcement really thought he did it. So, similar to the magic bullet, they made a magical video. And you know at Disney, it's always magical. You know that's true. I've been to Disney World. Have you? If you have, let me know about your Disney World experience and what your favorite ride is. Once upon a time, I was on the Tower of Terror, and it was absolutely terrifying. And you know that's true. Anyways, let's not get too sidetracked, even though this is about animations, and we're discussing animation companies. Animation companies that work very close to law enforcement. Whether you know that or not, well, it's the truth, and I'm telling you. Because my friends told me. And I like to spread good information. Although I do want you to keep in mind, none of these thoughts or ideas are mine.
What?
These are all somebody else's idea.
God.
So, big shout out to them. Now back to this animation. Let's analyze it a little.
You just cannot believe this terrible thing that happened to the community and the families actually happened here on my property, in my backyard, in my backyard, in my backyard.
Anyways. Do you think the alleged perpetrator, aka the patsy, the original suspect, would be wearing the exact same outfit on the local news right after the crime? That's crazy. No.
No.
What is much more likely is the animation company created an animation on the bridge that looked somewhat similar to their alleged perpetrator. It's the exact same jacket, and you know that's true. Also, in an FBI document, they revealed that the perpetrator was over 5 foot 10 inches tall, and Ron Logan was over 6 feet tall. Richard Allen is the size of a leprechaun. He's 5 foot 4 inches tall. And don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love short people. You know I do. And once Richard Allen is released, dinner's on me, and he's welcome to Crime Circus for the slumber party anytime he wants. Indefinitely. He'll be treated a lot nicer here than they've treated him in prison. And my house parties aren't like Diddy's. No. Anyways, let's analyze this footage together and see how we feel about this. Did you see that? Let's play that back again. Let's slow that down. Let's consider what we're actually witnessing here. I edit videos for a living. My own videos and interrogation videos too. Right here on Crime Circus and the Crime Circus Cult. Right here on the big channel. We just hit 380,000 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you to all the small people out there. I really appreciate you. And shout out to the big people too. My point is, this sticks out like a red flag. This doesn't fit in. In fact, this is a huge red flag. This reminds me of the old school animations that you would see back in the day with the drawings that Disney would produce. You know, Steamboat Willie status. Anyways, I could draw an animation on a stack of paper and flip it in between my fingers, and I'd see a similar artifact as that. Keep in mind, Pixar, Disney, NASA, they're not known for enhancing videos. There's no videos for them to enhance. They're known for creating animations. Point blank, period. But that's a topic for another video on another day. There was a courtroom full of people, and every single witness in the courtroom that viewed the video that was played in court that was 43 seconds long, none of them could see a man in that video. And you know they were looking very hard, as hard as they could, and some of them even had thick glasses. There was no bridge guy in the video. And you know, even if you zoomed in on that video, you're not going to see a bridge guy. When they say they enhanced this video, they really enhanced it. AKA, they created it.
Oh my god.
That's what my friends are telling me. That's my friends' ideas, someone else's fantasy. I'm telling you, it's not mine. Stick with me on this. It's been revealed that the GPS coordinates are from about 10 minutes away at the Memorial Park, not from the bridge. Yeah, that's alarming. You know where my GPS says I am? Right here at Crime Circus. My GPS does not put me 10 minutes away. Keep in mind, we're not dealing with cell tower pings. We're dealing with GPS, which is super accurate.
GPS Insight yields an accuracy of 99.88%.
I have not seen anybody successfully argue the accuracy of actual GPS data. Coordinates. My friends have told me that whoever created this video mistakenly used the wrong GPS coordinates of the park instead of the bridge.
Yes, Daddy.
Whoops. Red flag. Richard Allen's innocent, sent him home. How do you feel about the judge in this case? Wait, don't answer that. We'll get to that. I mean, you can leave a comment down below right now, but either way, we're going to get to it a little later on. Let's get back to this video. We've all heard the famous audio, guys down the hill. Not a single witness in the courtroom could hear that audio on this video. How do you feel about that? Did they present us an animated video and a FAKE audio clip? I don't know. Am I inside of the Delphi courtroom? Well, if anybody recognizes me, say hello to me while I'm there. You might even call it a test run for my deep dive undercover for Sigma Chi. Anyways, moving right along. Nobody could see the man in the video, and nobody heard the audio guys down the hill in the video clip that was played. This trial's been going on for about a week now, and nobody has seen any evidence that implicates Richard Allen. And you want to talk about the confessions? I promise, if any one of you watching this video right now were subject to the conditions and the cruel and unusual punishment that Richard Allen has been subjected to, you would confess to anything and everything that they wanted you to. The Kennedy assassination, you being the real Bigfoot, so on and so forth, etc. There's really no limits to what you would do in that situation as you're experiencing psychosis. Let's read the definition of psychosis, because that's what Richard Allen was experiencing.
Psychosis, a serious mental illness, such as schizophrenia, characterized by defective or lost contact with reality, often with hallucinations or delusions.
How do you feel about hallucinations and more? Have you ever had them? If so, let me know. Don't worry, Crime Circus is a safe place. Nobody will know, just leave a comment down below. I want to remind you that this is an emergency broadcast. There's no script, there's no teleprompter, there's no Crime Circus team. This is me just telling you important, relevant information that my friends have told me. We're all the way into this video, and we haven't even talked about the cult of Odin. The defense attorneys aren't even allowed to talk about the cult of Odin. But the FBI that was investigating this case wrote a 12-page Odin report. And after Richard Allen was arrested, one of the previous lead detectives that was on this case wrote a letter saying, basically, I think you've got the wrong guy. There were other suspects in this case, and they have ties to the cult of Odin. They're current members right now. I've looked up their Facebooks, I've taken screenshots, I've even found one of their TikToks. My point is, they like to do sacrifices in their religion. It's disturbing, it's sick. We're not going to talk about all those gory details right now, but one of the prime suspects, people have told me his name's Brad, was posting on his Facebook page really creepy drawings, paintings, pictures, so on and so forth, etc. That may be very well related to this case. One of the paintings looked like one of the victims. How do you feel about that? And he even does homemade knives for a living. Oh yeah, and he owns a .40 caliber gun as well. That's what you're gonna get here at Crime Circus. The raw truth. I personally don't care one way or the other if Richard Allen's guilty or innocent. I just investigate these cases and I look at the evidence. There's no evidence against Richard Allen. None. Every single witness from the trail, well, not a single one of them was in the courtroom and pointed at Richard Allen. And you know the prosecution loves to have a witness on the stand and say, please point at the perpetrator if you see them in this room and describe what they're wearing. And then the prosecution makes the statement, let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant. That hasn't happened in this case. Richard Allen was a CVS pharmacy technician, a good family man, somebody without a criminal record, somebody that loved his job, loved his wife, loved everything about Delphi. He was a lover, not a Killer. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't shoot the messenger. Richard Allen didn't do it. You want to talk about the 61 false confessions? Okay, let's. Oh wait, we already did. Those are false confessions. Just like Brendan Dassey. You break somebody's mind, they'll tell you anything you want to know. And what do you know? They always end up recanting their confession later on because they didn't do it. Remember, we don't watch news headlines here at Crime Circus. We investigate the actual case files, the evidence, or lack of evidence. Just because you've seen something in a YouTube video, or maybe on Dateline, or some other crime show on television, doesn't make it true. A lot of times they will knowingly lie to you. That's why I stopped watching those shows a long time ago. Because I would hear things, and then I would do my own research, and I would realize all of their information was wrong. Wrong. So, I do deep dives inside of the case files, which is why I always have the interrogation videos. And you know I have the highest quality, best interrogation videos on all of YouTube. I do. I'm not bragging, I'm just letting you know. I've been told many times I am the GOAT. And I'm not going to dispute that, and nobody else has disputed that either. So, moving right along. Do you believe in cell phone forensics? Well, let me tell you something. Richard Allen's cell phone proves his innocence. It shows that he was not at the crime scene the time the girls were. He wasn't even at the bridge the time the girls were. He had already left. Yeah. And neither him nor his car was captured on the local video camera showing that he did anything to these girls or that he was even in the area. He's innocent. Whether you like it or not, he's innocent. And there's an old saying that somebody said, it's easier to deceive somebody than to convince somebody that they were deceived. So it is what it is. It's basically whatever information you consume first, that's what you end up believing usually. Maybe not you, but some of my viewers, some of the people in the world. I'm thankful because most of my viewers have a super high IQ. Seemingly more so than other channels. Anyways, you want to know who the perpetrators in this case are? It's all so obvious. It's in the court documents. And how about the first 2 months of interrogations and audio recordings deleted? If that's not sus to you, you shouldn't even be watching true crime videos. This case should have never even proceeded once that information was revealed. Cult of Odin and Cult of Odin members, we know what you did to Abby and Libby. May they rest in peace. We know they were your sacrifice. We know about the runes. We know about the F on the tree. We know everything. A moment of silence for the victims, please. Thank you. Moving right along. Like I told you in the beginning, this was just a miniature deep dive, a shallow dive, whatever you want to call it. If I were to do a proper, real deep dive on Richard Allen, well, it'll be about a 50-part series because it's really got nothing to do with Richard Allen. It's about Delphi, the Odins, and the actual Killers. There's some sick things going on in Delphi, Indiana. They have spent over $4 million prosecuting an innocent man that has free attorneys working for him. Yeah, free. They're not even getting paid. They are some sort of modern superheroes. They're not on the payroll. And the judge is sus to us. I know she's sus to you, but I can't even say too much about that because she'll probably put out a bench warrant for me if I say anything. She terrifies me. And I think it's quite obvious. She is one of the, well, I think a lot of you watching this know what she is and what she's a part of. Anyways, I can't really approach that topic too much right now for safety reasons, but maybe in a future episode if I have the courage. I just don't have that right now. But I know injustices when I see them. All of Richard Allen's attorney's objections have been rejected, and all of the prosecution's little thingies have been sustained. There's no audio recording allowed, there's no video recording allowed, even though we get to see other trials in 4K. There's some super dirty and super secret things going on in Delphi, Indiana. There's people camping out outside of the Delphi courthouse hoping they're able to get a seat. Apparently, the seating is very limited, and many members of the media have been banned. Banned, including mainstream journalists. The judge does not want the truth getting out about this case. And the truth is, she seems to be actively participating in the framing of an innocent man. This is scary. Super scary. Anyways, on that note, I just want you to leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if I'm going down the right path or if I should just stop for my own family's safety. Sometimes I go way too deep into these investigations where I put myself and my family's lives in danger. All for no reward, really. Unless you want to reward me a little inside the Cash App at CrimeCircus. If not, that's okay. I'm still here and you'll probably come back because you made it this far. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. How about Brian Koberger? How about the Idaho 4 series link down below if that case catches your eye? Anyways, I want to remind you, Richard Allen's hair was not there. And on that note, until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.